Twin Turtle, I'm David.
I'm Karen.
And that's Elle.
Yeah, she's still sleeping.
Sleeping on the
such a
chair.
sweet kitty.
So we tend to record these in batches, and the cat's still sleeping. Clearly unimpressed
Yes.
with the spiritual awesomeness that is happening in this room.
Well, I can understand why so many people watch this while drinking coffee.
Yeah,
They need that caffeine boost to get through the next 20 to 30 minutes of this nonsense that we're spouting.
Actually, 9 out of 10 cats approve this channel. They find it very relaxing and calming because now they don't have to stress out over things. They can just take naps, knowing it's all under control.
We could learn a lot from cats.
I think you're right on that one.
If only I could somehow get my back leg to go this high over my head.
Oh, you're looking at your board hole?
It's what you can learn.
That's true. Okay, but so we're going to have the third part in a trilogy here.
See if you can guess what we're going to do.
So we had the presidential election. How are the Republicans and Democrats feeling post-election?
Yes.
We just did the Senate, and that's going to go up on Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
So now Monday, Labor.
Happy Veterans Day. Or Labor Day, sorry. Wrong holiday. Veterans Day is coming up. I'm looking forward to Veterans Day.
Yeah, clearly. I don't get that off, but I bet you do.
I do get that off.
Worker.
And my wife's going to be in Brazil for a week.
Brazil.
So I'm going to have the house all to myself for a week.
Your kids aren't going to come home from college to...
No. I'll change the locks. It'll be me and the cats. I'll be running around like a stray dog through the neighborhood. Woohoo!
We probably won't put any Twin Turtle videos up that week. Gary will be too busy running around the house in his
I'll be too
underwear.
busy trying to make bail.
Anyway, so let's see how post-election, how the Republicans and how the Democrats are feeling about the election results.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
So do you want to go? We're gonna have you do the Democrats because you're a libtard, and I'm a good God-fearing Republican patriot or something.
Yeah. You used to be. Okay, so this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
And if you like this nonsense, subscribe if you really like it. Or if you like this nonsense, thumbs it up. If you really like it, subscribe. And if you don't like it, well, we'll just keep that up.
Exactly. Screw you anyway. All right, so come on down. Entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
Let's see what Gary gets for the energy around the Democrats.
How are the Democrats feeling the day after the election in the House of Representatives?
The election results.
Okay, here we go. Whoops, upside down.
Your whole deck's upside down.
I gotta make sure I get that. So there's some heartbreak.
So you're saying the Democrats lose the House, huh?
Yes. Well, it was upside down, so there are people that are going to say that, wait a minute, you should read the reverse.
He is a God-fearing Republican. Yes. He would like them to feel betrayed.
Okay, so there's going to be some heartbreak tonight. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Crossed with the Queen of Wands. Okay, so who's actually feeling the heartbreak?
Exactly.
You know?
I don't know if it's the childless cat ladies.
So how are the Democrats feeling? Well, the childless cat ladies have made their agendas. They have spoken. Their messaging went out saying, this is how we're voting. They're certainly not supporting Trump. But is that going to extend to Congress as well? Underneath it, you've got the Six of Cups. Kind of the reminiscing, looking at the nostalgia of the past. Giving something to the little girls in the room, some emotional gifting to the girls in the room there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the women's, again, going back to women's rights here. Underlying.
I don't see how you can do a reading on the U.S. elections without the undercurrent of women's reproductive rights playing a huge role in it.
Totally agree.
There's no way. I mean, this should be, unfortunately, the foundation of the reading, right? So it's very interesting what the Three of Swords is really trying to tell us here. So I'm not going to commit to this until I start seeing what the other cards are saying.
I think it's how the Democrats feeling. They're feeling betrayed, or you could say women are feeling betrayed by how the GOP treated them.
That could be.
And this is like, it's already skipping past how the Democrats are feeling. It's already explaining why they're feeling that way.
Yeah.
Why are they celebrating? Because this, you fools.
Well, let's see what the cards say. Okay, in the past, we've got the Hierophant. It's about government, big organizations. Certainly, there have been organizations that have been trying to suppress women's rights. Certainly, on the GOP side, you've got the Heritage Foundation that finally stepped out of the shadows into light, and you're starting to realize how they have been impacting the elections. So this could be the government. This could be the courts. Are playing a role in this in the past. Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, current energy is the King of Wands. Once again, more messaging about the King and the Queen of Wands. Strong messaging coming out from the votes. The Democrats are feeling strong messaging. Overarching energy is not the Chariot, but Ten of Cups. Happy families. So once again, the women's reproductive rights. Mm-hmm. The overarching energy is, we want to have our own families. We want to plan our families. We want to celebrate the freedom of family planning. Lesson to be learned is the Chariot. We are not going back.
Nope.
We are going forward. We are moving forward with our agenda. The Democrats are not going back. Lesson to be learned. The Seven of Cups. So
something was a damn fool idea.
Yeah, it's if this was a Republican reading, I could totally make sense of what these cards are saying. The Seven of Cups is it's about illusions, about the what we were feeling was not real.
Yeah.
That the Dems were feeling heartbroken over what was happening with women's rights and what the government was doing to women's rights, and what the Republicans are doing. And we are sending a very clear message to you that this is not what we are going to settle for. We are not going to accept this. We want joy and love and peace and harmony and family planning. We are not going back, and we're realizing the illusions. This could be the polls that were saying that they weren't going to take. This could be the messaging that we were getting from the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025. That was basically we were starting to get scared on what was happening, but ultimately it's kind of a mixed bag. I get the feeling that it's going to be okay, but it's really there's a lot of clouds going on, a lot of clouds of confusion for me here. Maybe you could help me out.
It's one of two things: either the Democrats don't get as big a blue wave as they thought they were going to get.
Yep.
Or your spirit guides are like, you're asking dumb questions. It's not how are they celebrating, it's why are they celebrating. Ultimately, to me, I think it's the latter. They're skipping past if the Democrats are celebrating. It's kind of like, duh, you already know that. Why are they celebrating? Because there was a betrayal to women and women's rights. And it was done at the government level. You didn't think there'd be consequences for it. But women are voting not only for themselves, but for their family. And we're not going back. And it's about integrity. If the Republicans want the female vote again, start treating women like they're adults as opposed to naive little girls. And they don't need a big, strong man to tell them what to do or how to do it. They don't want to have to report their menstrual cycle to the Department of
Fertility.
Department of Fertility.
A new branch of government.
Led up by Lindsey Graham, childless cat father or something like that.
Right up there with Space Force.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to do Space National Guard now. Because the man has no imagination whatsoever. Oh, well, Space Force work. Let's do Space National Guard now.
So they just gonna float above the United States as it goes around?
It's such a contradiction of terms.
Yeah, it's
such a contradiction. But the man lacks no imagination.
Let's see how the Republicans are.
He lacks imagination.
The Republicans in the House are feeling. Maybe that'll clarify what we're reading on.
Before I start reading on Space National Guard.
I'm smelling a future reading.
Okay, so let's see. How are the Republicans feeling post election in the House?
Oh, Joe Biden.
Cups versus the High Priestess.
Joe Biden rigged the election.
You think you were having a tough foundational reading here. Okay, so emotional maturity, divine feminine wisdom with manifestation. Let's see what we've got. I'm just going to go around the horn here. Got a burden, don't like the results of what they got, fighting, trying to take... This could be the Democrats with like a 7-seat advantage or something along those lines. Planning, looking for a way out of it.
I can read this a lot easier
okay, so
than
I
mine.
think what's happening is it's like, okay, I think they've lost, so now they're scheming on what they're going to do to help with election interference or something along those lines. Tough loss on this particular election. We're going to have to sit down and take 2 to 4 years of the Democrats, so we need to fight to subvert what's going on, challenge the election results, try in the states that we control, put up more blocks to prevent people from voting, more planning on voter suppression and things along those lines, and see what we can accomplish in basically holding things up. I don't think they're going to control any parts of the House, or they're not going to control Congress or the presidency, but that doesn't mean the fight's left the dog. They're going to go down kicking and screaming.
Yeah, so to me, this really clarified what I was throwing. Is I think what we're going to see is, especially in the House, there's going to be a lot of challenges going on the individual seats and the individual elections, and that once again, the Republicans aren't going to like the results. They aren't going to like what's being offered to them, and so they're going to be going down the election interference, the stolen election messaging again, and they're waiting for the ship to come in because they're hoping that the Supreme Court's going to come in, or someone's going to say, "Oh, okay, well, what we'll just do is we'll have a vote.
We'll throw it out to the states."
Yeah, the states can decide what they want. Yeah, we can just ignore the voters, and they're trying to find that path forward so that their ship can come in. So I think that kind of clarifies that 3 of Swords that I was getting with the Dems. They're not heartbroken because they lost the election. They're heartbroken because they won the election, and now they're going to have to fight some more.
Yeah, there's going to be court battles that are being fought because Republicans didn't like the results. So fight, and maybe by throwing it to the courts, they may catch a bone. Because where's the downside for the Republicans by fighting all this out in courts?
Nope.
You would have to give a crap about country. You'd have to actually put country ahead of party.
No.
And then you would see the detriment of what you're doing when you're undermining the integrity of our elections and our voting system.
Yeah, and it ties into the final card I had, which was the 7 of Cups, the illusions, delusions.
Yeah.
Which is just, they're just, pardon my French, they're making shit up.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't hold up in courts, which is why they don't win the court cases.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess what we're going to get out of this, the Dems are going to win. The Republicans are going to kick and scream. They're going to be Gary, 10 years old, losing in Monopoly and throwing the board up in the air and claiming victory. Till Mom comes down with the wooden spoon to deliver some.
She never came down with the wooden spoon.
No, yeah, that's too much effort. We had to go up to her. The wooden spoon stopped when we got fast enough to outrun her. Outmaneuver her through the house.
She broke a few of them on us.
Yes, indeed.
Got tired of replacing them. Okay, so now we've got energy. How many seats might the Democrats have a majority in the House?
I guess I should shuffle my cards here.
What have you been not doing for the last...
I was fascinated by your reading. I was so captivated I couldn't possibly shuffle cards.
I overhand shuffled the entire time I was doing his reading.
Yeah, but
you might notice that.
Yeah, the thing is, your overhand shuffle is far quieter than my... Okay, so how many seats? Okay, here we go.
There you go. So I had my finger on the pause.
I know. I
saw that.
Speeding up.
It's like that shepherd's crook.
Don't hit the pause.
The shepherd's crook was coming out to pull him off the stage.
Well, you know how we are with that pause button. We could end the video unexpectedly.
Sure.
Part 1 of 2. Okay, so a little 4-carder. How many seats are the Dems going to pick up?
Yeah. I'm losing my cards here.
Knight of Wands.
Of course, the court card, because that makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
we are pick up a knight of them.
It's going to be a strong, fast messaging.
Progressive growth.
The Death card.
Yeah, there's the 13 there.
Yeah. The Three of Wands. The Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. Nightmare being over. So how many seats are they going to get? You know, it's kind of tough when you're asking a numeric question on a tarot deck.
And then you get 3 cards with horses on them.
Okay, so let's see if I can sort of waddle my way through this. I like to thank people who say that I've really come a long way and I'm really picking this up fast. This is when it's just like my my rookiness is showing up. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people watching this would have a hard time.
Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got the Knight of Wands is getting a new message out there. That message is moving in a pretty good clip. The Death card, which is the end of the old, out with the old, in with the new. So I think this is telling me that yes, they are going to control Congress or control the House of Representatives. You got the clarifiers, the Three of Wands waiting for the ship to come in with their abundance. You got the Knight of Cups reaching out to the other side to make an offer. And then you got the Nine of Swords, the nightmare ending. So I think what this is saying is it's helping with my first throw, which is, yes, the Democrats are going to control the House. Mm-hmm. They are going to bring an end to the whole MAGA regime. Sorry, MAGA Mike Johnson, but your days are numbered. Hakeem Jeffries will probably be our new House Speaker.
Will, yes.
That maybe they didn't get quite as many seats as they were hoping to get. But they're certainly optimistic on what they can accomplish in the House. They're going to probably have to offer some compromise to the Republicans to make sure everything moves smoothly. But at the end of the day, the nightmare's over. So how many seats? Probably not as many as they would really truly like to get.
So you don't see him winning 50 seats.
I don't see it being a super duper majority. I think what they have enough to control it. They have enough to get stuff moved forward, but it's probably enough to really push a hard progressive agenda through, is what I would say.
I would say the opposite. I mean, your options are, get the progressives on board.
Yeah.
To get something through.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or ignore the progressives and get some Republicans on board.
Right.
To move things through.
I'd like to think the progressives are a little more reasonable than MAGA.
Extremists are extremists, but I think I would agree with it simply because the progressives aren't in a cult currently.
Yes.
But they could be.
Yes.
They are as susceptible to being in a cult as the right-wing extremists are susceptible to being in a cult.
Yeah, but since we got the Death card and the Nine of Swords, it's kind of that the endings, they're both endings, right? And so yeah, it's the end of the Republican and MAGA's influence, but it could also more broadly signify it's the end of the extremism that they're facing. Well, let's see what the Republican cards say, and then we could clarify what mine just said.
I didn't do Republican cards last time.
Oh.
I've already done my reading.
Oh,
this is just how many houses.
Oh, how many? That's right. How many?
Good God! You'd think he'd follow the agenda that we have written down here.
Oh, it's under this rock.
Yes.
See, there's the rock.
There's no agenda. 9 to 13 is what his.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I suspect. Yeah, I suspect the Democrats might have single digits to low double digits lead, which might be like, God, if they had a blue wave where there were like 50 Democrats in there, I'll throw on it too. I didn't do it on the last one. I'll throw it on this one just out of curiosity. Yeah. What am I getting? Wishes, dreams fulfilled, agreements, compromise, judgment. Let's see, I got some number cards here.
Yeah, you do. Looks like the number 9 showing up a lot.
Yeah. Oh, we got a pair of 9s and a 20 here. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. People coming up. Agreements being made. Supporting women's rights. A bit of a mandate that's going on with it.
20 seats.
Yeah, I think they might pick up as many as 20 seats.
Yeah, because you got 9 and 9 and 2 is 20.
Is also 20, yeah. So on an optimistic level, the Democrats could pick up 20 seats in the House. And that would take them from like a 3-seat to 5-seat majority to like a 15 to 17-seat majority. And at that point, there aren't enough left-wing extremists to prevent the Democrats from moving things forward, and there's probably enough moderate Republicans willing to sign on to a bill with some minor compromises to throw a bone at them. But again, I think this new form of government that's going to come in, the Democrats are going to exercise power and control like the Republicans did. And maybe they'll be a little bit more willing to compromise and throw a bone to the GOP that works with them. But I think the days of, what are the Republicans to think about us? What do people think about us? Because we're acting like we're dictators. I think those days are over.
Yeah.
I think those days are over.
Yeah. The only thing that would cause me to disagree somewhat is that Knight of Cups card I threw. Because to me, that's kind of an offering. You're offering.
Nine of Swords?
No, it was a Cups.
Hopes, wishes, and dreams fulfilled?
Knight?
Oh, Knight. I heard 9. Knight of Cups is just a slow progression, getting work done, slow and steady wins the race type thing.
Yeah.
It just means they're going to work and they're going to get stuff done.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
So we're looking at 20. It's not going to be 50 or 70 or something really.
Yeah, it's not going to be a super majority or anything along those lines.
But we'll take it.
Exactly. That's what you need. Nancy Pelosi could do math. Hakeem Jeffries can do math. And we'll see where it goes with it. And I guess last thing to throw on there, because that 9 of coins came up there, I think this is the Kamala Harris effect. I think prior to that, they might have won single digits worth of House members. But with Kamala Harris in that wave that she's got going on there, that could raise another 9 to 10 Democrats being added onto the to the winning side.
That would be your Page of Pentacles card that you threw.
Yeah.
The young voters coming in, seeing things of value.
Exactly, because you've engaged women, you've engaged young voters. So instead of having a 9-seat majority, you might have a 20-seat majority.
Yeah.
And again, it's the Kamala Harris effect because of her popularity and just people coming out and voting blue down the ticket could make all the difference in the world.
Yep. But we got to go out there and vote.
Yes.
This is the current energy. We may do this reading one more time in October just to get one more refresh on it. But right now, it's looking good.
And I want to say, I read recently, I think Texas purged like 1 million voters off the voter rolls. So people who didn't vote in the last 2 elections or in the last election, it's supposed to be last 2, but I think they did in the last one. People that moved, people that died, but it ended up being like 1 million people. So you got to know that some people got removed off the voter rolls that have every intention of voting. So double check your voter status. Make sure you're still registered to vote, especially if you read a headline that your state purged its voter rolls. And I'm talking mostly battleground states.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if California purges a bunch of people out the voter rolls. It's so heavily blue, it doesn't matter. But Texas and Florida are way more purple than the recent votes would indicate.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're red right now is because of voter suppression, like purging voter rolls. So double check your voting status, check your friend's voting status, especially if you live in Texas or Florida or any of the traditional battleground states.
Yep.
Get out and vote. It's important. It's how we win. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. I appreciate it.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you like this nonsense, and leave a comment. I read them all. I respond to many.
All right, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Bye.